Here's a question now.
Sure.
You're using a term that, at least in my mind, has very Western connotations of God. What does that mean from?
Brahman. The Hindu term is Brahman. Brahman is B-R-A-H-M-A-N. Brahman is the one that is all reality, all existence, everything. There is nothing outside of Brahman that exists. So there is no separate soul. It is Brahman as Joshua, that we may think of as Joshua's soul, but actually is Brahman performing Joshua. And it is Brahman who, as the tree, is the tree, and Brahman is the volcano, and Brahman is the clouds. There is no, not only is there no cosmos separable from Brahman, and there, not only is there no soul separable from Brahman, but there is no anti-Brahman. So there is no evil person outside. There's no separate evil person.
Just one unit of.
Yes,
and
within this are all the things we may consider good and all the things we consider bad.
So how does that work though? Why would there necessarily, in this universe, why the existence of evil? It's not necessarily a problem of evil per se, but why does evil exist?
Okay, so now you need to introduce another idea of karma. So the individual, what you would call soul, what the Hindus would call Atman, which is the ultimate essence of the self, is not a separate thing from Brahman, but is Brahman playing all these different roles. Now in the roles, Joshua as X, playing that theater role, has gotten himself into trouble. Not Joshua, but the X role got himself into trouble, as part of the role being played. Right? So he's in trouble and he's facing some consequences. Joshua as Y, which is another role also going on, did some great things and got a big reward out of it. Yeah, he's having a good time. So it is Joshua performing X, suffering, and Joshua performing Y, enjoying. But neither of them is coincidental. They are the outcomes of their own actions. That's karma. So karma is the account that a soul, if you will, but we will use a different term, carries from one life to the other, taking forward its deeds in the form of like a bank account. So this is why some people are born with gifting, some people are born handicapped, somebody is born in Bill Gates' house, and somebody is born homeless. So it's not arbitrary, and it is not that there's an unjust God or a God that is randomly handing out things.
So it's equal opportunity from the starting point.
So karma is equal opportunity. It's a system of justice. It's a system of accountability. It's a system which says that nothing happens which is unfair. So when we perceive something which is negative, bad, evil, or we call it that way, actually it's coming to us from our own actions, which may have happened in a prior life.
So it's ultimately a just system. Your starting point is determined by your prior actions.
Correct.
And then where you go from here is also determined by your actions in the present life.
Right. Now an interesting consequence is that my past is not from my father, biological father, but my Rajiv's previous life. So in my previous life, I may have been a Chinese, I may have been a black person, I may have been a white person, I may have been a Muslim, I may have been a Buddhist, Christian, and I may have been a dog, I may have been all these, and I probably have been all of these. So since I have gone through many lives and had many roles in those lives, I am actually the sum total of all that experience that I've gathered, good things and bad things. And so I'm born to manifest the cumulative effect of all those karmas I've done. This means I cannot have too much allegiance to a particular bloodline or a particular race. So reincarnation and karma also are an antidote to bloodlines and race.
Because the presumption is that you've been part of all races, all
yes.
bloodlines.
So a person doesn't have to be too obsessed with the history of this lineage and this ancestry and this, this ancestry.com. I mean, the point is, to me, my biological ancestry through my father is not really my past history.